Okay, so there we go. Good morning, guys. Welcome. Okay, so I just want to talk very quickly. Two things. The first one is that, we are here. We're no matter what your reason for being here, I honor your practice. I honor your presence. We're all here for the same reason. We want to be well. And I wrote a blog post maybe 2 years ago now on my website, and I called it Lies Your Yoga Teacher Tells You. And whether you've read it or not, it's fine, it's there. So today, one of the yoga teachers I know in town posted a little thing that, how do you handle when someone comes to you and says their doctor said they shouldn't do yoga? And it just sparked something inside me that brought me back to that blog post. Because look who's here. You guys have been doing this for a long time. There's a reason you've stuck with it. And unless your doctor is a full-time yoga practitioner, they're not going to recommend, they might recommend yoga, but they're not really going to understand the potency of getting on your mat, no matter how difficult it is, because it's not easy. Otherwise, there'd be 100 people on this call. It's not easy, but we do the work we need to do for many reasons. And I'm coming at it now with a 25-year consistent practice. That's amazing. When I say that out loud, I'm like, wow, Joe, that's amazing. And you can say your own, how long. I know some of you have been here 8 years with me and longer, with someone else, or you understand the potency of aging and knowing your body. And that is just, it's invaluable. There's no magic pill. There's no shot. There's nothing like that. And yes, we have pain in the bodies that come up, and we go see the doctor if we need to. It's all fine. But we know as consistent yogis that there is also the value in getting on your mat when you're injured and moving within the confines of your injury. As I say that, I look at Anne, who's had her knee replaced, but came to practice didn't miss one class up until, even though that knee was very uncomfortable, did everything she could in class. And you all have your own stories too. And that is potent practice. Okay, so I also pulled out my geeky anatomy book just to talk about the psoas muscle. This is what gets tight in our bodies when we're doing a lot of sitting or not a lot of yoga, which takes us into different shapes. So I don't know if this is visible or not. Okay, so that you can, I could, but I'm not going to. Okay, so here is like the base of your spine, and here is where the psoas muscle, or is this the iliacus? The iliacus. So this one it starts up here, it inserts, it comes down, and it goes over the front, then it becomes the psoas. So we call this the iliopsoas, and it attaches over the front of the hip to the top of the thigh. So from the back, okay, so from your back, about here, and you can even feel like there's a muscle there. Sometimes, you pull it, you twist, it comes down, and then, becomes the psoas here, right at the top of your hip crease. And that is from the outer hip down. And then underneath that is the thigh muscle. And so it's not a long muscle. It's about as wide as your wrist. So it's a thick muscle, and it gets really tight. And, as I think about, my own yoga journey, that I think you guys have all heard it, at 33, that was my problem, and was diagnosed with degenerative disc disease and told not to carry heavy things or do anything like really physical at 33. So I shudder when I think, at 51, where I would be if I hadn't have found the gift of movement. So, okay. So as I was saying, welcome to your practice. Awesome. So a strap, a block, a bolster if you have any of that. And if you don't, that's fine. And I know you're at home too. So I obviously you're at home. Some of you are outside, it's not going to work. I'm going to use the wall a little bit too, and just show you some things you can do at home. Obviously you're at home using the wall if you don't have a strap. So, and that could be, and even if, I don't know, we'll get into it. It's all good. Let's begin. Take your hands together, give them some gentle rubbing. Start to be conscious of your breath. Lower your chin. Gaze at your hands with love, with respect. Allow your eyes to gently close. Smile. And then rest your hands on your body someplace. That could be right into your hip crease if that's talking to you. Your back, your belly, your heart. And just feel into your breath and into the space you have created. Acknowledging this journey you are stepping on every time you get on your mat to invest in your health, your wealth, your wellness, and your presence. Start to lengthen yourself tall. Inhale and exhale. Lengthen yourself. Feel the tailbone, the hip crease, anchor down into the earth. Notice the two parts of pressing down to lift up. Bring your hands together into Anjali Mudra in front of your heart. Notice your shoulders. Can you release them and maybe even lean back slightly as if there's support behind you? The support of the universe, the support of your ancestors, the support of your loving presence. And as you inhale here, hold the breath at the very top. Stoke your inner fire, draw your belly in and up, and then press the belly out. Draw the belly in and up and press it out, and do that one more time. And then release everything. Take a normal breath in and out. And we'll do that again. Inhale. Pump your belly, stoke your fire, like the bellows at the embers, and then release. Pause, normal breath in and out. Okay, we're gonna do it one more time. This time maybe you're gonna go faster. So stay as you are. This is breath of fire. I'm gonna go fast and I'm gonna go loud, and you're welcome to try, match it, give it a shot, release whenever you need, and just pause in your breath. So inhale. Okay. Oh, and then from here, my friends, we create vibrational frequency. We'll Om 3 times, and you'll send that out to the space around you. Inhale. Bow your chin, smile, breathe, and then release your hands to your thighs and lift your chin and open your eyes. Okay, so we're gonna start on your backs, but if you'd like to take a downward dog and a child's pose on your way there, do that. If you wanna go straight onto your back, groovy, put a blanket down and you can hug your knees into your chest. Just kind of rock yourself while we just take our time getting wherever it is we are going, because it's not the destination, it's the journey. So journeying your way onto your back and taking your time, feeling in. Good. Oh, heart just got a loud back. Okay, I'm just going to start on my back here and the knees hugging in. And just gently rocking side to side. So if you're still in child's pose or downward dog, that's great. Kind of make the practice your own. Good. Okay, and then let's take 5 more breaths, and then we'll all just be here on our backs. And if you're on your back already with your knees hugging in and rocking side to side, then see, can you rock over to one side and lift the opposite hip up so that flank is off the floor, and then through center and kind of lift the other side. So it's not a huge movement, just a little lifting. You know, might be a little twisting. Flex your feet, however you're holding onto your knees, thighs, whatever your space is here. I'm just doing a little core work, deep core work here. Now those muscles that I showed you are deep within the body, right over the bone. That's pretty deep. Good. Okay, and then release, feet to the floor. Let the feet go wide, knees together. Pigeon toe your feet slightly. Rest your hands on your hip crease and even the tops of your hip bones. And lift your chest and anchor your shoulder blades down your back. Let the chest come back. And then here, just feeling in and out. And then we're going to start to keep the knees together, feet wide. Just move through a little bit of pelvic tilting. So you are arching your back and then dropping the low back to the floor and the tailbone lifts. You're not a huge movement, and just feeling into your own ability, mobility, whatever that is. Okay, the next time you anchor the low back to the floor and lift your hips, press the knees strongly together, press the thighs together. And you might even feel like your tush wants to come off the floor a little bit. So let that happen. Good. Lift through the low belly and press the knees. So you're still squeezing, but press the knees away from you as you lift the low belly up. Soften your jaw. And then exhale and lower down slowly. Don't just flop. Like feel, oh, what happens if I come out so slow? And then just take a breath. And then we're going to go the opposite way. You're going to adjust your feet. You're going to arch your back. So adjust your feet to a place that feels okay. Now arch your back and press whatever is into the floor. Maybe it's the end of the sacrum. Press it down more. Squeeze the knees together. Yeah, and now lift the low belly up. And smile and breathe. So you're squeezing your knees. My toes are just coming up off the floor. If that's happening, that's great. Squeeze the knees. You're arching your back and you're drawing the belly up like we did a moment ago. And then slowly release. So slow. Feel like even maybe your head moved. The shoulders, and just take a breath or two, and just notice from those two little things, perhaps you feel more grounded through your back. Yes. Okay. Now from here, separate the knees apart. You can adjust your feet, but keep the feet wide. And we're going to come to ye old windshield wiper, just rocking. I say this ye old all the time because it's such an intrinsic, like think of everything that's moving here in the hips, low back, you know, this is right into that area. Okay, I'm going to take this into a circling as best as I can of the hips so that the feet stay on the floor, the knees are moving side to side, but I'm rolling my hips like, you know, I'm, doing a beautiful hula dance, or Something like that. Just feel that you can roll your hips as best as you can in a circle. Breathing, notice any cracking. Don't hold your breath. And then just find a way here to kind of reverse this circling. So if your hips are very tight, your low back is very tight, and you're like, I'm not circling, then just smile and go, I'm not circling. Huh. That's a way to get to know yourself. And you know, like how often do you do something like this if you don't come to yoga class? And you know this is just good medicine. Okay, so I'm just adjusting myself on my mat because you know there's a little bit of sliding and moving. Good, and then just come back to side. And as you come to one side, knees rock to one side, lift the opposite hip and press it forward. And then bring it down, move the knees over, again, just finding an opening, kind of you're pushing the front of the pelvis of the hip bone forward. Good. Okay, and then do an equal number, so ending off on the opposite side and then coming back to rest and maybe bringing the knees together. Or if you need to straighten your legs, that's fine. Just feel how you kind of already open this whole pelvic floor. And then open your mouth, let the jaw fall, soften your pelvic floor. Great. Okay, and then from here, we'll separate the knees, heel toe the feet, maybe they're touching or very close, and walk your feet back towards your hips. I'm gonna cross the right ankle over the left knee, and I'm gonna try and do it slowly, so you know how to do this. You know, you bring it in, cross it over. See, can you go slow? Do you need to use your hand? And then once you're there, feel the right, so the left foot on the floor. Let the right hip kind of drop, right knee drop. And then just start to rock the left knee side to side. So we're just moving windshield wiper action here with this cross. And for me, I feel that the left heel is just lifting off the floor, and that's what's actually moving me side to side, is by turning the left heel. And this is a reminder, my friends, of this great hip to heel connection. So, you know, those of you who've been in my classes for a long time, I always say, like, point your feet straight. You know, you wouldn't drive a car where the two front wheels are pointing out. Where most people stand like that, walk like that. The ballet dancer walk kind of a thing. So just knowing that where you direct your heels is going to affect your hips. You're doing your best to point your feet straight when you walk or standing. Good. Okay, and then bring it back to center. Pause here, breathe. Feel what's changed, what's opened, how grounded you feel in your back. Good. And then we're going to keep this right ankle knee connection. We're going to start to move this right knee away from you. So you take your hand to the right thigh if you want, press it away, but you don't need to use your hand. Then draw the knee in and across without, you know, lifting the left foot. You're just really moving this right knee out and in. So you can use your hand to drive it, or you just drive it. Just move it in and out. And really feel, you can even take your right thumb into the hip crease and feel what you're doing, what's moving, if there's any places of discomfort. And maybe with your thumb, you can even feel the iliac and the psoas, like these two muscles that kind of feel like they're moving beside each other. Hi, guys. Good. And then just bring it to center here, just pause, breathe, and we're gonna move to thread the needle. So you're gonna bring the left thigh into your chest, and you might use your strap behind the left thigh if you need to, and you kind of hold on either side, or you interlace your fingers, draw it in, feel the tightness, and open your jaw, your mouth, as a way of softening wherever you need to. Okay, and then I always like to rock a little bit side to side and really feel. So if this is very tight, I say this often, you know, you can always put this left foot against the wall. So it would be, you know, like you're sitting in a chair. This is great too if you're sitting in a chair. You just cross it over. And you could also keep that left foot on the floor if you're very tight here. And if you're very open, take your fingers on top of your shin. And then settle in. So whatever that is, where you feel that stretch happening, notice if your chin is popped up higher than your forehead, and either put a blanket underneath your head or lift your head, pull the chin in. And breathe. You might want to close your eyes. Okay, soften your belly. And feel your breath moving into these spaces that are tight. So I can actually feel, if I really put my mind there, I can feel the breath moving through this outer left thigh. Soften your eyes, your shoulders. If you need to release, then honor that. Otherwise, we're going to drop in more deeply. Just by releasing tension in the jaw, the shoulders, and then taking this package a little bit to the left. Drop in again. They smile so that the body knows everything's okay. Really be with your breath. You know, if we're in tight places, you suffer from claustrophobia, you know you need to be with your breath. And this is the same thing if you're in a tight place. One more breath in and out. And then we're going to release again slowly. So you can take your hands out slowly, as slow as you can. And once the left foot touches, be there. And then from a place of softness, with, you know, as best as you can, really anchor the left foot. See if you can take the right leg off, and maybe you're going to want to stretch the right leg out and just let the right leg kind of flop. So it's long, it's effortless, and then we're just going to walk the left foot out a little bit and drop the left knee in towards that right leg. And breathe. Okay, I'll just say this too, you know, if you want, or you need, I'm gonna just honor my own advice, put something underneath your head. I see Heart's already done it, it's awesome. Good. And now just stay soft through the right side and start to just drop the left knee out to the left and then bring it in towards the right leg. Just waving it, you can walk the left foot out more, give yourself more space. I'm just moving in and out. Good. Yes. And next time it drops in towards the right thigh. Stay there. Breathe. Soften through the outer left hip. Okay, take one more breath in and out. And then lift the left knee, heel toe. That's important too, you know, even that heel toe, you're moving a lot of stuff. I'm just doing it 3 times. Heel toe out, heel toe in. And then once it's in, press the left foot into the floor, lift your hips, move the hips a little bit to the right and take them down. And notice how that affected your right leg. Good, now bring the right knee into your chest, interlace your fingers over the shin or grab a strap, and then extend the left leg long. Open your mouth, soften your shoulders. You know, I say open your mouth, you can still be breathing in and out through your nose. Good. And then stay here, wherever here is. Put your mind into the left leg. Anchor the left heel to the floor. And now press the left leg away. And then bring it in. Push it out. So we're just really moving. It's the outer hip that's just moving out and in. Just do that a few times. And be aware of what's moving. Even feel how the right knee is moving. Yes. Good. And then come to just rest. Let the feet flop. Breathe. Good. Okay, stay as you are. I'm going to have you bring both knees in, but we're going to do it together. So stay as you are. Start to flex through your feet. Now press the left heel away. Squeeze your thighs towards each other. You can even feel your belly start to engage when you do that. But now anchor the low back to the floor. Now bring the left knee in. So we really have firmed the hips. Once you have both knees in, rock side to side or in and out. And we're just going to change to do the opposite side of everything we just did. Okay, so let's keep the knees in. Place your hands or arms on the floor. Palms down for grounding. Palms up for just passivity. Now, find all that. Flex your feet. Squeeze the thighs. Draw your belly in. And slowly lower the right foot to the floor. And once it's down, cross your left ankle as best as you can without using your hands. I'm not going very fast. And then once you're here, we're just going to come back to this side-to-side windshield wiper action. And just really feel. Let your jaw be soft, your breath soft, and feel like you can use your hands if you want, but feel the front of the hips, where you feel discomfort happen. Okay, I say this again as I did on the other side, that I have my right heel lifted and it is what's pivoting me from side to side. I'm moving the heel, as the heels and hips are deeply connected. Where we place our feet on the earth, how we connect to the earth through our feet, affects our whole structure. The base of the house, the foundation of the house, is the most important in the overall structure. Good. And then bringing it back up and just resting in the shape of ankle over knee. So I'm really allowing the rest, letting that right knee kind of drop out. I can feel a stretch happening through the front of the hip crease. Notice any tension in the belly, the glutes, pelvic floor, your face. Good. Okay. Now anchoring the left foot, just pressing the left foot down, you're going to notice your hips are going to shift. Flex the right foot, and we're just going to open this right knee all the way out, and then bring it in and across over to the left side without losing ankle, knee, or thigh connection. And, close your eyes and just really feel your hips moving. Like this. These simple, relatively simple poses, I love it because I always think people who don't do yoga would look at this and be like, what are you doing? But there's a lot happening. The hips are shifting. You're feeling your knee open. The feet are present. Your breath is present. And then coming to center and resting. Even being aware of the imbalance in your back and the parts of you grounding. Take one more breath in and out. And then thread the needle second side. The other thing I love about this is it's not overly strenuous. So sometimes, we look at that and go, well, if you're not really sweating, and challenging your routine deodorant and all of that, then what are you doing? There's so much here. And you can feel that. You need to rock side to side to begin. And even as you set yourself up, you know, strap or foot on the wall or left foot still on the floor, and enter, you know, go deeper. So hands over top of the shin, but not at the expense of your head lifting or your shoulders lifting. So if you need to make a choice, you know, choose, release, so that the head can be relaxed. Hey, quiet, 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 good girl. Good. She's trying so hard. Good. Quiet, good girl, see. You take one more breath. But then we're just going to drop in more deeply. If you want to release, be quiet. You're going to release. Otherwise, you're going to just be here. You might shift a little bit over to the right. And then drop into all of that discomfort. To softening all around it. To releasing that tight psoas, that tight iliacus, your iliopsoas, your tight outer hip. You know, you don't need to know the names of your muscles or your bones to know where discomfort is. But your breath is the magic tool. Because once you know you've located your places of discomfort in tight places like this, then imagine the breath or feel your breath expanding, contracting, breathing life into these places that have gone to sleep. Because there is no child under the age of 4 that has any of this discomfort. I say over the age of 4 because once we have them in desks and sitting in chairs, I've seen it. You know, I taught grade 2 and I would do yoga with the kids, and doing something like this for like probably half of them was not possible. And that is a frightening place to be. So, you know, maybe you've carried this for that long. I'm just talking, but while I'm talking, you are dropping in, you are shedding, you are recreating, you are opening, you are receiving. If you need to come out, come out. But if you are here, continue to drop in. Through the jaw, through the breath, through the softening. Okay, again, we're going to release, and you're going to do it slowly. First the hands. You know, if your left foot or your right foot flops to the floor, that's okay. But otherwise, go slow. Feel everything, how the back has to tilt, the back has to come down, the hips have to open. You have to be grounded, and then you can release into whatever way. Extend that left leg, let it drop and let it flop. Oh, I feel like I got right and left mixed up, but hopefully you guys know where you're going. Did I? I may have. Well, that's the hardest part.
I think everybody knows just
okay. Be here, one leg extended. Now the foot that's on the floor, I believe it's your right leg. You're going to just heel toe it out a little bit. And then start to drop that knee down to the inside of your extended leg. And breathe in and out. Smile. Feel the imbalance and any discomfort. And then we're just going to start to it's like a windshield wiper on this right leg. The knee opens, and it comes in and drops in. Just nice and slow. So you can feel your own flow, any of these little places. You know, maybe as you drop the knee out, you get a little bit more discomfort into that inner hip crease of the left leg. Now it's all attached, all connected. And feeling whatever that is. And the next time the knee comes inside the extended leg, just hang out as if you're just sleeping like this. Breathe. Good. Okay. And then starting to lift the knee up, heel toe the foot in, and I did this on the other side. I heel toed in and out a few times. So just do that like you're doing a little dance in your head with your foot. Heel toe the leg in and out and back a couple times. Good. And then the next time it comes in, just be here, and we're gonna lift up again with great awareness. So you feel that foot on the floor. And you start to lift the extended leg, toes up. So the heel's on the floor, the leg is extended. You're gonna push through that heel and then bring it back. Oh, it's the same side. How'd that happen? Good. Okay. And then anchor everything. Good. Bring that knee into your, oh no, keep the foot on the floor and that extended leg, the knee is coming in. There we go. Hug it in and extend the right leg on the floor. So you have the left knee in, right leg out. Good. And now breathe. Back on track, okay. All right, now that right leg is extended. Pretty sure I have the right side. I'm gonna extend that leg long right through the heel and bring it in. So I'm just extending the leg. It's really the hip that's moving out and in. Hopefully you can remember this on the opposite side and just feel any movement. You might even feel as you pull the leg in, deep intrinsic stomach muscles starting to engage. Good. Okay, and then just be here, soften, breathe. Yes, and then again, bring the toes of the right foot up, anchor the right heel, flex the left foot. Yeah, squeeze your thighs towards each other. Draw your belly in, and now bring the knee in. So both knees come in. And this time with both knees in, we're gonna take a child's pose on your back. You're gonna hands on each kneecap, open the knees out. The toes don't have to touch. You can let your feet flop and they might come very close. And then just hug in and out a few times in this wide shape. Yes, and then rock side to side, nice and open. So that the hips are open, the knees are apart. And you're just rocking side to side. And then we'll move into happy baby. So the arms come to the inside of the knees, you grab hold of the baby toe edge of the feet, soles of the feet to the sky, and feel free to rock again. Breathe. And then drop in. So whatever this is, if you're happier just holding the knees, that's a happier baby. Make your baby happy. This is deep hip crease. I'm gonna deepen this pose. So just by staying here, push the feet up to the sky and the hands are pulling down. Open your pelvic floor. Press. Now see if you can squeeze your knees in towards your arms. I'm gonna add a little arch in my low back. It's barely there. You might not even get it. Just invite it in, then lift your low belly and smile into all of that strength. Good. And then release. Lower your feet to the floor. You can extend your legs or just come to basic resting pose and just feel. Okay, so if your legs are extended, spread your legs apart and move your feet in and out. And if your knees are bent, come to ye old windshield wiper, just to release the back a few times. Good. Okay. All right, and then from here, bringing your knees are bent, feet on the floor. Good. Okay, I'm going to anchor the feet, bend your forearms. So the upper arms are on the floor and your forearms are up, palms are facing each other. So parallel. Press your shoulders into the floor. Press the back of your head into the floor. Lift your low belly. Now arch your back. Inhale. Now exhale, press the low back down. Keep lifting the low belly as the hips lift. And at some point, the feet start to anchor, the upper arms anchor. Your head might lift just enough to pull the chin down. Press the feet down and away. Breathe here. Maybe the arms come down to a comfortable place with the palms down. Breathe. Maybe you can soften your glutes here. Maybe not. It's okay. And then exhale. I'm going to lower down from top to bottom. Very conscious. I'm going to turn my palms up on the way down. Breathe out. Come all the way down to rest. Take a full breath in and out. We're going to do it again. So this time, you might do it again with the arms bent. That gives you a nice grounding. Okay, I'm going to start like that. Once I get up, I'm going to interlace the fingers behind the back. And the thing I see very common is you're so eager to get your fingers behind your back. It's at the expense of something else. Once the fingers are interlaced, the arms need to be straight and strong. So if that's not happening for you, then you can grab your handy dandy strap and you'll just lift your tush up, grab both ends of the strap underneath you with the palms facing down. And then when you come up, you can walk your hands together and pull the strap so your arms become straight and strong and connected. Okay? So however you are, I'm going to start with the arms bent. I feel the legs. Okay, press the back of the shoulders, the head to the floor, lift your low belly. Now arch your back and inhale. Exhale, press down into the floor, low back to the floor, lift your hips, and then keep it going. Maybe the head lifts to reposition. Okay, hands down. If you interlace, you walk your upper arms underneath more. Or grab your strap, pull the strap apart, and lift up. Anchor your feet. Okay, I'm going to pigeon toe my heels a little bit. Breathe. Maybe you can lift your toes up off the floor. And then release your arms first. Lower yourself all the way down, nice and slow, nice and slow, nice and slow. And once you're down, breathe. So nice, we do it thrice. Okay, I'm going to add another little challenge here. So this time I'm going to come up. I'm going to interlace my fingers and my hands underneath. You don't have to do that. Then once I'm up, I'm going to walk both feet over to the right. If I can balance there, I'm going to take the left knee into my chest and extend it out, the leg out. That's a lot. So you can watch me, or you can play, or just go wherever you want, or just do exactly what you just did before. Okay, so here's the next one. Anchor the arms, anchor the shoulders, back of the head, lift the low belly. Arch your back. Okay, and then exhale, press the low back to the floor, start to rise up, make any adjustments, find your place, walk or heel toe your feet over to the right, anchor the right foot, bring the left knee in, extend the leg up, press the right foot down, and then release, heel toe through center over to the left, anchor the left foot, bring the right knee in, extend the leg up, breathe, and then release, heel toe to center, release your arms, lower all the way down, and here you get to give glory, so legs out or basic resting pose, and breathe. Okay, oh, I said I was going to use the wall to show you things, but here we are, so forget I said that. Okay, good. Okay, so from here, my friends, bend your knees. We're going to heel toe the legs, the feet together. You're going to cross your right ankle over your left knee without using your hands, maybe. See what happens. Yes, open your arms out to the side. Now we're going to drop this package over to the left. You might throw a block or blanket underneath your foot as you come down so that the sole of the right foot stays on the floor. The left foot can get comfortable. And right away, say hello to your psoas, your iliac psoas. Hi guys, I see you, I feel you. And then we're going to take the left hand and grab hold of this right ankle. And then start to drop in. You turn your head to the right, If it's very uncomfortable, roll up a blanket and just shove it underneath your right outer hip. Otherwise, get into the release of dropping in. If you are one of those fortunate people who don't feel anything, then just press that left knee into the right ankle, bring it up a little higher. And breathe. Okay, and this is where the release is the hardest part. This is a place where we grip. We want to protect our pelvic bowl, all the organs, everything there, our own sacred space. So we can get very tight here. I say sitting, you know, I say sitting is the new smoking because it's dangerous for your health. But there's lots of reasons this area gets tight. So really drop in, my friends, to releasing that whole right side. Smile and breathe. Okay, we're gonna stay for another 5 of my breaths. And just focus on softening your shoulders, your jaw, and allowing and inviting your breath in to these places that don't receive it on a regular basis. Soften the skin of your forehead, your belly. Good. Let's take this into a little twist. So I'm going to bring this left hand up to the right knee and invite the right knee down to the floor. I might even lift the left knee up and just let the right foot go underneath the knee. If that's no good, just pop that right ankle on top of the left, right knee on top of the left, and just be in twist. As I get here, I can lift my left shoulder up, turn a little bit more, and breathe. And take one more breath. And then you can release out of this however you like. Come back onto your back, readjust yourself. Rest for 3 breaths with your legs stretched out or knees together. You know, I feel this release right into my face. It's all connected. I said, you open your jaw, you open your mouth, you soften your hips. So it makes sense that if we can release what we hold in the hips, we're going to release tension in our faces. It's like a wrinkle reducer. Good. Okay. And then come back up. If you need to windshield wiper a few times, do that. Set yourself up so the feet come together. And now we're going to bring the left knee in, cross left ankle over right knee. Okay, whatever props you need, bring it in. And then release this leg package over to the right. Sole of the left foot to the floor. And I'm just going to turn myself. And then breathe into whatever you have here. Say hello. Oh, so as. Okay, and then the right hand grabs hold of this left ankle. And turn your head to the left. And breathe and release. So this is my tighter side. I feel it all around the hip joint, from the front to the back. I'm going to lift the right shoulder up and just reposition. If the foot isn't coming to the floor, put a block or a blanket underneath. And breathe. Any more discomfort, soften your jaw. Okay, we're here for a few more breaths. What can you do at this time? say good because I feel like, oh, it's just when I want to come out. So now I stay in for a few more breaths. And then we're going to move it to twist. So the hand can come up to the knee, lower it down. Maybe, you know, you tuck that foot underneath the back knee, or you change it to whatever you need. I'm going to lift the right shoulder up and just put it back down just to facilitate a deeper twist. And then feeling your breath move into the left lung a little bit more. Good. And then just releasing yourself back onto your back. Stretch your legs out, move however you need. You know, maybe a windshield wiper, or just moving your toes in and out if your legs are extended. It's incredible how fast an hour goes, the luxury of time. And this is certainly, like, I had so much more planned today. I feel like this is sciatica part 1. But intrinsic deep practice. And I'm going to take it just one more place. And we're going to do some egg beaters. And you can stay on your back. Put maybe a blanket underneath your hips if you need to. I'm going to bring the knees in and then separate them apart. And start to find your, like, egg beater motion of the shins, feet moving, knee joint, and hip joint. And this, like, thing, you know, whip kick, if you're a swimmer, you can feel your hips are moving, the knees are moving, the feet are moving, your feet are flexed a little bit. And, you know, once you kind of get the motion, you can even feel the rocking side to side of your back. You know, I have my arms bent, and I'm just going to roll my wrists a couple times here and just take advantage of this gift of time. So feel, you know, maybe your kick keeps changing because you're just trying to remember how this works. Your egg beater. And then reverse it once you kind of have it. See, can I go the opposite way? And that might be a bit of brain gym. Okay. As we do this, you might even feel the deep intrinsic stomach muscles, your back muscles, low back. How great is this? You know, notice if anything's fatiguing, and then change direction again. Where's your breath? Good. And then change direction again. It's your last time. And then we're getting into our rest. Good. And before I put my feet down, I'm going to just open the legs wide out, like almost like happy baby free. So no hands, just let it be free. And just lift and lower your pelvis a few times, your hips a few times. So you can have your hands on the floor. Not a huge lift. It's just really about these deep intrinsic tummy muscles and where it's all connected. Good. And then bring the soles of your feet together, interlace your fingers, pop them over the baby toe edge of your feet. So you're almost in Baddha Konasana. And I'm just gonna move my knees away and in. So one of it, like, it's like there's a bar between the knees, so they're not moving together. One is moving out as the other moves in. And that's about hip and low back again. So however this works for you, if it doesn't work for you, you know, hold on to your knees and drive your bus. Good. And now I'm gonna change this a little bit to bring both knees into the arms, squeeze in, and then open them out and in and out. Breathing. Good. And one more in. This time they come in. Squeeze them in. Press the soles of the feet together. Smile, breathe. One more breath in. And then release. Maybe you hug the knees in. Set the feet on the floor. You want to stretch your legs out or keep the knees in. Rest your hands on your belly or in your hip crease. Feel the work you've done here without even standing up. That makes me smile. So much to do. So, okay, good. All right, so before we move into Shavasana, a little block underneath your hips might feel really nice. And if you're ready to go to Shavasana, that's fine. I'm just gonna lift my hips up, put the block underneath the sacrum, and you might go highest height, you know, that feels really nice. Rest here. If you wanna stretch your legs out, sometimes that feels really nice, and sometimes it's not so nice, but you've done all this work, it might feel really nice. And breathing. You know, this is like upside down. However high you have your block or your blanket, you're lifting your hips and you're changing the flow of your breath. Okay, so I'm going to take another 3 breaths here, and then I'm going to slip into Shavasana. If you want to stay longer, do anything else, then honor that time you've created for yourself to be in your practice. So just because I'm bound by the clock here. It's okay, girl. There you go. Good. And then to rest in your Shavasana, an eye pillow might be really nice. So I'm going to throw one in, and I'm going to throw a little support underneath my legs too. And underneath my head. Okay. And then just dropping in. If you want to massage, circle around your hip points with new awareness and love for a few moments. And then dropping into your Shavasana as you're ready. Staying as you are. Just bringing your breath and your awareness to your hip creases, to your low back, your pelvic bowl. And sending your breath consciously into these places. Your awareness and your healing powers. Just feeling into the full circumference of this part of you. Front, the back, the sides, and the insides. And if you wish to stay in your Shavasana rest, I honor that. You're starting to gently and lovingly expand yourself and open yourself as you wake up with renewed awareness and renewed feeling from your time of healing. You have your eye pillow, just holding it as you roll to your side. You can release it there, or keep holding it as you come upright, whichever one. I'm just coming to rest in your seat whenever you get here, my friends. So you take this time to enjoy the seat of the yogi, one who has practiced yoga, this time of integration, connection, and sacred medicine. Just like being in the studio. I'll knock over his water. Good. And then taking your hands, we're just going to take this mudra of containment. So you just hold your hands facing each other, maybe as wide as your body, a little bit wider. And feeling, you can even bow your chin, softening your eyes, but feeling this energy, this heat that surrounds you. Like your little bubble of protection. You know, what you're amplifying out today and after your practice is this joy. This is the word that comes to mind. It's like joyous energy surrounding you. It's that energy of gratitude from your body and from yourself. And then we're going to bring the hands together slowly, and they might go right together into Anjali Mudra, or they might come to rest on the belly, the heart, anywhere that feels like a place of connection and of honoring. And just pausing here. You have taken this time to be here. Capital B, capital E. So honor that which you have done, that you have gifted yourself and invested in yourself. And at this time, I'm bowing and honoring each one of you. Thank you. We'll take a full inhale, lengthen. Feel the anchoring, the lifting, all connected. Exhale as you are. And we'll join together in our May We Be Blessed mantra. Inhale. May we be blessed with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. May we be healthy. May we be happy. And we'll seal that together with one Om. Inhale. chin should be bow your chin, bring your hands together. If they're not, take a full breath in. Breathe into your hands. Hit your breath. Om Shanti, Om peace, Om peace, Om peace, Om peace. Let's send out this love, this health, this wealth out. Lift your chin, open your eyes, and namaste, my friends. Namaste. Yes, thank you, you guys. Thank you. Namaste, baby. Namaste. I see you. Thank you, Marta. Namaste. Thank you, guys. I love you, all of you. Lizzie, thank you. Yes. And Sharon. Thank you, Carol, David, Grant, and Dan, Sue. I think Mary Jean is here. Thank you. And beautiful Anne, Lindsay.
Thank you.
Have a great rest of the day.
We lost Haley to brunch today.
Oh, well, food, yoga, okay. This, right? It's all good.
Okay, have a good day.
Thank you. You too. Hi, why are you all wet?
It was raining.
Oh. It was was it raining? Oh, you were out there. She loved it. That's awesome. So
I got wet just at the end.
that's perfect.
It was, so just in Shavasana, I could